Hello, hello, my black and white brothers. Um, yeah, nah. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need to come up with a new intro. Maybe. Yeah, I'll just come up with a new intro later. But for now, COVID gang, COVID gang still out here. Hopefully it leaves, because it's less like bad as it is annoying. Because my nose is always runny. I have to constantly pump my ears so I can hear things. That the coughing gets a little bit annoying. During the recordings, I literally have to leave, drink some hot water, then come back. That's pretty annoying. But while this burst of motivation is here, uh, let's go. Also, probably crack as well. I see. What COVID gonna do to you when you got crack in your system? If anybody recognizes where that comes from, bro, nah, we too close out here. I think let's get into it. So last time we stopped at the USJ. So yeah, everybody had been working their hardest and training for this date. They all load into the bus and they begin to talk with each other. They converse. Oh, by the way, I forgot to talk about his hero costume. Basically, whatever you think hero costume is, it's that. Cause I'm way too lazy to come up with the hero costume. So on the bus, Suyu with her voice, which though I think is weird, I still like her. I don't know why, but yeah, with her voice says, who do you think has the flashiest / strongest quirk? Oh, wait a second. Oh my god, I forgot to talk about the freaking um the the versus arc or stuff. Oh my god. You know what? Sorry, but I'm gonna have to just backtrack a little bit. But I promise I'll still do USJ in this video. So basically, everybody comes out in their hero costumes with All Might stuff and stuff. You get the idea. They do the thing where they pick out stuff, and let's say that Deku should be on. Hmm, Maybe we'll just go with a little bit of canon in here. He's with Uraraka, and then it's Bakugo and Todoroki. So yeah, then so everybody go everybody goes, and let's just say that Todoroki, Bakugo, and Deku and Uraraka are the last people to go. So it's kind of like the main event, the the coolest part. Since three of the strongest niggas are going at it this time. Bakugo been talking all this. Oh, I'm gonna kill Deku. Nigga finna die. But Todoroki on this. I'm gonna just beat these niggas real quick. I want some soba. They 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 set up, and then they All Might yells, "Alright, now the heroes can go in." Let's say Deku is feeling a bit petty today and says, "Hey Uraraka, no, instead of just doing the obvious part, just teleporting towards the bomb and touching it, how about we walk in?" That would probably be m- more suspicious because they're probably already planning for me to just teleport in there. Rock is like, why not? But what do you have in mind? Then Deku tells her his plan. He's like, "That's you are a crazy person, but why not?" He's like, "Well, you know, I'm on that petty stuff today." Then they walk into the thing together. So they don't really get bothered for most of the time when they're getting upstairs, because Bakugo and them are basically expecting him to just teleport in. But instead, they walk up the stairs slowly, and by the time they realize that they're being pretty slow, Toroki is like, "Oh, that's what they're doing," and freezes. Sorry, I need to take my medicine, so I kind of forgot where I left off. But I imagine this is where I talked about how Toroki just said, "I fuck this," and just froze the entire building. Baku was a little bit pissed, but then he was able to get out of the ice rather easily. As the ice started approaching Deku and Uraraka, uh, what's his name? I forgot his name. Izuku closed his eyes, and then they shot open. Holding onto Uraraka, he sent out a wave of repulsion, destroying the eyes coming towards him from all sides. As he does that, he jumps to one knee because that took quite a lot of stamina. Hey, hey Deku, or is it whatever? Hey, yo, you okay, Izuku or Deku, whatever the hell she calls him? I don't know. He wipes some sweat from his face with his arm. Yeah, I'm fine. And he reaches into his pouch at the back at his back and pulls out, like a candy bar or snack. You get the idea. My guy got some food out of him like he usually does. Then says, "Alright, let's go." Then now they start running towards the room. They burst into the room and Bakugo literally just sends a giant explosion at him. The explosion blows Uraka through the wall, but Deku was able to teleport past him and kick him in the face. Well, not the face, in the back of the head. Todoroki gets ready an ice attack and sends it at Deku, but then he jumps off Bakugo's shoulders and then teleports right beside Todoroki and clocks him in the face, adding some repulsion power to send him straight out of the wall. Bakugo is is really annoyed right now. How dare you, Deku! And he just blasts towards Izuku. Izuku looks at Izuku looks at him like, haven't you realized yet? That's not gonna work on me. Deku teleports on top of Bakugo's back and rides him as he pushes him towards the wall, where Bakugo smacks into the wall. Yeah, this Deku is pretty technical and just will beat your ass. He he then uses attract power to get Baraka and get right now, man. That sounds so weird. He attract that sounds just as bad. Shit, what do I say? The power pulls Baraka towards him. That's still pretty bad, but whatever. And he checks on her and is like, "You good?" Yeah, I'm good. And then they touch the bomb together, and it's announced that you, the winner of this versus battle is the heroes. All Might screams as everybody cheers like, god damn. So now they all they all leave. Bakugo is salty, and let's just say that Bakugo is gonna become really strong just because Deku finishes, beating the shit out of this nigga. I'm sorry. Bakugo is gonna be humbled right about now, and he's gonna, start thinking about, okay, how am I gonna get strong? And doesn't talk as much shit. So, yeah, then they head out. So now let's get back to the USJ. Sorry for that little detour. Deku. So when Suyu asked that question, everybody points at Deku. It's not a hard decision. This time, Bakugo does not act up, talking shit, because as I said, he's been humbled severely, and he knows his place right now. And then Toroki just looks at them and then looks away. So then Deku's just like, "I then, well, you're not wrong. Of course, I have the strongest squad here." Everyone's like, "Isn't that a little bit cocky?" Am I wrong? Nobody shakes their heads. And then they arrive at the USJ. Nine talks about, oh, blah blah blah. Quirks are dangerous. Blah blah blah. You can kill somebody. Blah blah blah. Let's go get some crack. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But then, while she's doing her like her speech was long as hell for no reason. After that, they talk about. Well, they don't talk about. They they now see some kind of black or purple cloud. You know him, you love him. It's the Kurogiri bastard that has like the most annoying teleportation quirk. After Deku, and then they all look. It's like, ooh, fake villains. Let's go. Aizawa then jumps in. Those are not ours. Leave, run, niggas. Unless you tryna die. Y'all wanna If y'all don't want to meet my best friend, y'all better head out. See, that could mean two things. Like he doesn't know, he does not know that, you know, Kurogiri is his best friend, but you know, also, like they think he's dead. So you get the idea. Let's go. De- Deku, De- Deku sees them. He's like, yeah, let's go. And then he decides to help Aizawa a little bit. But when he's about to teleport in, the black, a black, the black cloud appears and begins to talk about, leaving is not one of the things that you're going to be allowed to do during this entire situation. Y'all are gonna die, or All Might's gonna come. So yeah, you know we gotta do you like that. Deku looks back, and as Kirishima and Bakugo jump in to take him out, he he uses his attraction ability, and he just grabs the metal part of his of Kurogiri's body and just grabs him and just slams him into the ground. If y'all watched Infinity War, it's like when Thanos grabbed Spider-Man and just slammed the shit out of him into the ground. Who Hey, who do you think you're fucking with? He's terrified. By the way, there is a recoil on his attraction and repulsion abilities. I forgot to mention it, but then he hasn't he's used them a few times, but then he hasn't really used them to their full potential so far. Like, yeah, but when he grabs Kogiri, his arm is in pain, and he he looks at Kogiri. All right, so what are you guys here for? Then Kogiri's like, "Are you stupid? I literally just told you." Like he's like, "Oh yeah." He asks, "I 13, do your thing," and she's like, "My pleasure." And as soon as she opens her hand things, he teleports away. So right now, the kids aren't all over the USJ. They're mostly in that one area, but Bakugo and Kirishima and probably Kaminari jump into battle and begin to help Aizawa. Now, as Izuku is in the air about to drop in on everybody, he he eats a protein bar. Right, let's go. He teleports in and kicks one of the villains in the face. He then sweeps another one, teleports to one that was just about to hit him in the back of the head, then kicks them in their back. He's going martyr right now. Somebody tried to throw something at him, but then he repelled it right back to them, hurting his arm. And then he teleported, gra- grabbed one of the people's weapons, threw it at somebody else, teleported this guy into the air, and dropped him. Now Bakugo is just throwing massive explosions, throwing people, like beating people, and then we just go to Kaminari sending out a giant lightning bolt. He knocks himself out, become jamming way, I'm kidding. I love Kaminari. He's so funny. But he was able to take out like a good amount of villains. Kirishima just flat out ramming through people, smashing them into the ground, just smashing their faces in, smashing them, basically just smashing people. Pause, 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 pause. He was hitting a few people from the back. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. And as Tomoru Shigaraki is watching this, he begins to scratch himself. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. He's causing major skin damage, bro. Where's Kurogiri? It's time to bring in the Nomu. He yells it. He yells Kurogiri, and then Kurogiri, having the instinct, he teleport. He does his teleportation thing where, what's his name? 13 gets sucked in, and that stuff. Then he teleports, and it gets right next to Shigaraki. It says, "Yes, my liege," or "Yeah, Sugar, you get the idea," and brings in the Nomu. Now, All Might has not been called yet, so this is going to be a big problem. Now, the Nomu walks out, feeling his Black Air Force activity out here. Tomoe Shigaraki scratching himself, points at Izuku and those guys, says, "Kill them." As Aizawa says, "Get back!" as the Nomu blitzes these niggas. and is about to punch Aizawa when Deku teleports him away. Now, Bakugo tries throwing a few explosions, gets like punched across the entire USJ. But before he hits the wall, Deku uses his retraction ability to stop him from, killing himself after hitting that wall, and and Bakugo lands alive, at least slightly, on the on the pavement, but like really far away, and he's losing consciousness fast. Kirishima tries his luck, but gets smashed into the ground. He, the Nomu grabs his head and begins repeatedly smashing his head into the ground. Now that's not a nice scene to see. Deku is getting pissed, and so he teleports Kirishima out of there. Just not like this guy is carrying everybody right now. Deku teleports and tries to kick the gnome, but the gnome easily grabs his leg and throws this nigga. But what the gnome doesn't know is how Deku carries momentum. So when he teleports him, when he throws him, he teleports and using the momentum that he got from the throw, using some of his repel ability, punches the Nomu, sending it doesn't send him flying, but then sends him grinding through the ground, as the ground is just ripped apart from the Nomu's weight. Deku is now just trying his best to think of what to do. Suddenly, he gets a little idea. He teleports right behind the gnome as the gnome is about to smash. Like if he got hit, it would probably have killed him. Is about to hit him and kill this nigga, but then Deku teleports with the gnome and teleports him into the ground where only his head is visible. So now the Nomu is immobilized as Deku begins to walk away towards Shigaraki, but then gets to one knee as he's really tired. As he walked towards them, Shigaraki began to seethe and mold. That's not fair, you're cheating, you're cheating! And then Deku says, well, maybe, but y'all better run off before I teleport you right to the nearest prison. Deku was bluffing a lot because he was tired as hell. Like he was really, really tired. After doing all that teleporting and then teleporting something that big in that specific way, yeah, nah. So he just is trying to bluff, to get him to go away, as he's slowly reaching for a his food bar so he can eat. If he's able to eat, he'll have enough, you know, energy to keep fighting. So he's slowly reaching behind him, also sort of hoping for some kind of diversion. Suddenly, Shigaraki begins to run in, as Kurogiri advised him, saying that if the kid really wanted to teleport us away, he could have done it a while ago. But he must not be able to at this moment in time. He must have exhausted his energy. He Shigaraki took note of this and began to rush at Izuku, about to disintegrate. Don't touch him! Uraraka screams as she lands in front of Deku, in the mood to fight. But she wasn't alone. The rest of the class jumped in to save Deku as well. Deku was touched by how hard his teammates, or not teammates, his classmates were going to try to save him. But then he was also tired as hell, so it's like thank you. And as he finishes his sentence, he collapses into the arms of Uraraka. Huh. Looks like it was my turn to save you, she says, giggling a little bit. Now Tokoyami and Momo are in the front saying, why don't you try yourself this time, villains? As Tokoyami sends Dark Shadow straight at Tomoe Shigaraki. And since I don't know what would happen if Shigaraki touched Dark Shadow, I'ma just say that Kurogiri warp gates them out of there, and they escape. Now the Nomu would be complete, wouldn't be able to do anything since he lacks orders, and it's basically just like a meat pillow or like a rock. Now they call the heroes, and when they call the heroes, they come, they get everybody, and they're able to examine the Nomu completely, since now the Nomu would be completely destroyed, and they find out what Nomus actually are, earlier. And All Might doesn't exhaust all of his strength. And that's where I'm gonna leave it off now. This was a pretty nice episode. We're gonna be going into the freaking what's that thing called again? The Damn, I've been out of What If for a long ass time. Uh, yeah. We're going to the sports festival. So just stay tuned for that and peace out.